What up, what up, what up? Now joining the conversation is a Cessions with Cess. Yo, look, I had to just jump on here. It was so much good basketball on this evening that I had to go on and jump on here and just really talk about it. So, first of all, we had South Carolina, the Gamecocks. Y'all know Don Staley and that program that she's building it. And we may talk about this stuff on Thursday and we may not, but I'm just feeling like as some of these things start to come up and start happening, we'll be jumping on here a lot more often and giving some insight and helping to kind of bring the conversation to life. I'll be doing that. Coach Rowe will be doing that. We'll be doing some of that together, and then we will be also introducing a segment called "All Facts No Brag" with Coach Burston, going into next week, and then into the new year. So, lots of new things coming on the horizon. Just trying to keep the show and the channel fresh with different ideas. But those South Carolina Gamecocks got down. Listen, they 11-0. I don't know how come they thought that they was gonna be even anywhere remotely near a number 16 where they started them off at. But 11-0, number one in the nation as they should be. They put a whooping on Bowling Green, 93-62. I mean, these girls is either. I don't think they scored nothing less than 90, and I mean they doing that with the second team. So shout out to Don Staley and the program. Keep it going. But tonight is really about, and I'm not gonna be on here long, but I'm gonna get to some of the great things that I saw going on in the NBA today. Starting with the return of my mans. Listen, he was a problem before he left. I don't know what all went on. I'm glad to see him back. Morant, man, he's a problem, but he's back, and he's reminding everybody why he's a problem. And for me as a Warrior fan, it's like a love-hate relationship because I love everything that Ja does, but I hate it when he does it against the Warriors. He's a hard matchup for us. But I love to see the young man back. He's been through a lot. It looked like he got his focus on growing his game, and it looked like just being a good family man, being a productive teammate. I mean, his team missed him. You could tell. You could see the love that they got for him. You could see the love that he got for the game. I missed the joy that he played the game with. But I mean, he came back and first game back, he sinks the game winner. Super exciting. So they got the 115-113 win over the Pelicans, and that was a good game. TNT had some good quality games on the day. Shaq hit us with the Shaq and Kenny hit us with the reenactment of pushing Shaq into the Christmas tree. Charles damn near passed out. Hope big fella's feeling better. He damn near passed out on the show today. So they got his Jeremy ass up off the screen to let him go take a nap. But he might have snuck off to the motherfucking casino. You know how Charles do. He might have been calling in sick. He might have been pulling one over on us. But great night of basketball on TNT. I always love the product that they got there. Ja put up 34. I mean, what y'all thinking? Is Ja going to be able to bring Memphis back to play-in tournament status, all the way into the playoffs? Is he just gonna be getting his legs together, getting used to playing basketball again, and then they'll make a run next season? I mean, I know that the team looks a little bit different, but shit, by itself, he might be good for to make up 4 or 5 games. And even in the West, because as tough as the West is, some of these teams been falling off and losing games that they shouldn't. Maybe it's just leading up to the All-Star break, and then everybody will get serious after this All-Star break. But I'm not counting him out. I'm not counting this young man out. His explosiveness is still there. The defense is still there. The desire is still there. The motherfucking swag is still there. I mean, it's just there. The guy just he kills everybody that gets in front of him. He kills everybody that gets in front of him. I don't know that there's an answer for him. Um, be a lot of mixed reviews on Ja when they be talking like his talent and his swag and his charisma says that he should be a face, if not the face, of the league coming up. But then the bullshit Instagram shit and the gun shit, and I don't know if it was a fake gun or a real gun. I don't even give a fuck. My problem with the whole thing is that they talked about the same thing with you twice. And that's the type of shit that you really can't have going on when you're trying to be the face of a league. But I feel like the youngster is young enough where he can learn and grow from this quick enough to bounce back. Just like I was talking the other day about Ant-Man and whether he's gonna be able to bounce back and be a face a face of the league. I think both these young men have games that say that they can be faces of the league, definitely faces of their organizations, definitely all stars and superstars going into this next season of the NBA. I think we got to give them space to just kind of figure some shit out sometime. We be so quick to write people off. I'm so sick of the cancel culture fucking movement. Like, because everybody probably got shit in their closet that they could get canceled for. So, sometimes people need to just shut the fuck up and let people make a mistake and learn from it. But I digress. Right now, we celebrating the return of Ja, and it was a good thing to see. It felt like the team had more confidence. The team played with a little bit more swag. They shot the ball a little bit better, like they knew it was going in. Uh, the fans were into the game. It was just a good time. It just was like a good time, and I'm excited to see where Memphis goes from here. But y'all know who I want to talk about. Y'all know who I want to talk about because we was the second show. We was the follow up show tonight. We was the I guess the closing act. If Ja was the opening act, we was the closing act. That effing Stephen. Let me tell y'all something. King of the light skins as he is, man, he had his partner in crime going with him today. Listen, Clayton turned into a different dude since they benched him and didn't let him play in that fourth quarter. That pissed Clay off. Put a little chip on his shoulder. He want to remind the motherfucker to like, hey, I am that dude. There is something called Game 6 Clay and it's real. So I wanted to take a few minutes and just break down what we've been seeing out of the Warriors. Because I know as soon as the Draymond indefinite suspension happened, they immediately was like, oh, it's over. It's a write off. Pack it up, trade him up, get him out of there. The Warriors, quiet as kept, was on a 3-game winning streak. And I'm not saying that all of the 3 teams that we just beat are contenders. But these motherfucking Boston Celtics is tied for the best record in the league. And I know it was a home game and you tend to play better at home and all of that stuff. I get all of that. Uh, we were for sure playing at home, and Jason Tatum went out with a sprained ankle and came back in the game, and a lot of balls bounced our way. But at the end of the day, what was important was that we closed, and I think we're learning as a team how to close. But I also see not just Steph, but I see the team gaining confidence in each other and kind of really starting to level out and understand what each can do. And so while everybody was rushing for a trade, I don't know that we need a trade right off. Now, I will say that there are going to be those people who say, "Ooh, the Warriors, they won 3 without Draymond. Ooh, this Trace Jackson Davis kid looks good," and he does. Jonathan Kuminga's really coming along. He has some good steals, and he did. Steph's doing some good pick and rolls with some other people, and he is. Pajemski, boy, what a motor this kid is, and he is. Hated to see him go down. I don't know what that I don't know if they gave a whole lot of information about his injury yet. Hope he's back soon because I really love what that young kid brings. Man, he's just a baller, two-way player. He just wherever the ball is, he is. But for the people that are gonna be like, hey, maybe we can just go ahead and get rid of Draymond and go forward. Slow your roll, light skin. Slow your roll. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's hold up. Let's breathe. Let's see. Um, I'm not gonna say that we don't still need to make a move before the trade deadline. Um, I'm also not gonna pass judgment right now about whether or not Draymond should be traded or not. I had some opinions early, but with him starting counseling, and I got a lot of respect for counseling. I got a lot of respect for the importance of protecting your mental, as Beast Mode Marshawn Lynch so eloquently reminded us. Like you got to protect your mental, you got to protect your chickens, you got to protect your health. Like them the three things that you got to be fighting for every day, along with your peace and all that other stuff. But like health is wealth, mental health is wealth too. So and I'm assuming that the counseling has something to do with like mental health or stress or allowing him to be able to deal with some things that he hasn't been able to deal with. But quite frankly, we don't know what kind of counseling it is. It could be 30 days to dry off from alcohol. It could be 30 days because he PTSD. It could be 30. I don't know. Who knows? I think that Draymond is very intelligent. I think that he's been a key piece around the Warriors for a long time, and his contributions, and his antics uh, afford him the benefit of the doubt to be able to see how he comes out on the other end of whatever this indefinite suspension looks like. Uh, do I think he fired on Nurkic on purpose? I do. I do. It was an opportunity to follow through, and he did. He takes those shots from time to time. It's who he's been. Uh, but it's also who we have allowed him to be by him being our in-house bad boy. So I said I just think he deserves the benefit of the doubt to see how he comes out on the other side of this. And all jokes aside, all bullshit aside, because the internet has no chill and it's gonna have its fun with it. Just wishing him a speedy recovery and the opportunity to deal with whatever those things are that he needs to deal with in his counseling sessions. And I hope that it's not just some ploy to uh, lessen the punishment. No, I just it's nothing to play with. Mental health is nothing to play with, and uh, something to be taken very serious. So I'm hoping that he's better on the other side. So I don't know if we should be in a rush to trade him. Andrew Wiggins showed up, made some key plays. I think we do need some size. That Trace Jackson Davis, hey, he brings some size. I don't know if he's going to be able to bring enough size and enough experience to be able to make impactful contributions down the line as we try to get to a play-in tournament or play our way into a all out playoff position. But let's not pull the trigger on the trade just yet. Let's not pull the trigger on the trade just yet. Let's see where this thing goes. Because Clayton woke up. He's been on fire the last 6 on fire. You hear me? Like he turned it into the Clay he was right before he went down with that initial injury. Like I'm starting to see that confidence come back. That sitting on the bench shit pissed Clay off. He didn't know how to not close. That had to be real hard for him to be sitting on the bench and to see his team need some points and him not be called upon to participate, to try to help make that happen, to try to close the show. He's a fucking splash brother. So he probably took that home and sat with that for a while. And listen, he been on a tear. He been keeping us in a lot of games, and I'm glad to see that coming. I'm glad to see him getting those numbers up to over 20, like what I had asked for a few episodes back on Now Joining the Conversation. Because we need Clay up around 21, 22, 23, 24. And we need him to have some of those go-off games where you look up and shit, all of a sudden Clay got, 30-something, and it's still real early in the game. Want to see him get some of them 60-point games again. I want to see him have some of those good two-way games where he's just killing on both ends of the floor. I want to see if his lateral movement and the quickness is there to be able to do it. He looks like he's in great shape. So I just think it's time to we gotta be in a holding pattern right here, right now, Warrior fans. And I know that's not what we want to hear, but we need to be in a holding pattern for a minute because we were able to come in and beat Boston with 3 key defenders now, right? So no Draymond, no Gary Payton II. Bazemski went out. Am I forgetting somebody else? Seemed like I could be forgetting somebody else, but then this session right here, I'm on this guava cakes, so that could be a reason too. But I didn't want to be on long. I just wanted to jump in and start the conversation off about the return of Ja and where we think he can go, where he can take his team. Are they headed to the playoffs? Can he get them to the play-in? Is it okay for the super splashers, these splash brothers, to go into a holding pattern and see if Clay and Steph can put together I don't know. I think we need one of those old school 2015, 2016, 2018 Warrior, like 10, 15 win in a row type of run. And then kind of just see where we're at as we get a little bit closer to the trade deadline and see what free agents pop out, see what other teams do. I already told y'all who I think would be some good additions to the Warriors. Now, whether we could go get them or not, that remains to be seen. But what a performance tonight. Steph 90-90 the nigga again. Love to see that shit happen, man. I love to see that shit happen just because it's so authentic to him. It comes like, it's almost like a script in a movie. You can't make this shit up. And this is how this is how he's out there acting. So with that, I guess with that, I'm gonna leave y'all with what we looking forward to coming into our next live and what we want y'all to be thinking about. Me and Coach Ro gonna be talking top 5 all time NBA, top 5 right now NBA. And I think we're gonna do players and teams. We're gonna be looking at the state of the NFL playoffs. Definitely gonna be previewing this Christmas night game coming up between the 49ers and the Ravens. We're taking a deeper dive into the bad boy Pistons. And be starting to look at this upcoming WNBA season. And March Madness. This is going to be the first year that I tune into March Madness in a long time. I'm looking forward to getting into that with Coach Rowe. He watches a ton of college basketball. I usually just watch the teams and the players that I like. So, looking forward to this March coming up. Looking forward to being able to engage with you all. So, if this is a content that you like, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications, like, share, join the conversation. And until next time, stay tuned. Talk soon. I'm out.